What's up, friends? Happy Thursday. Just finished up the Waipahu cleaning site and I'm headed home. I was going to try to knock out tomorrow's today as well, but that's not going to happen. So I can just do tomorrow's tomorrow, and that's all right. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about how inaction is not an option. Inaction is not an option, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But my car is completely fixed. Completely fixed. So it is not at all making that crazy humming noise anymore. Both wheel bearings have been fixed, and it's magical. It's great to have a fixed car. Something that's interesting about cars and planning is I wasn't too stressed out about this time fixing our car. Usually when a car needs repairs, it's always frantic. And this time it was not, because we had planned for the fact that cars break. And so we had stashed a little money away for the car fund. And we had enough money to repair the car. Plus, we had a friend work on it, and it's amazing having a mechanic that you can trust that will help you out and do work. So he just charged me for parts and labor, and I think he really hooked me up on labor. He didn't give me a breakdown, but I ended up throwing a tip for him as well. Just super appreciate him helping me out. But yeah, someone else was talking to me, I think last week, and they were just like, "Oh, interesting. You don't seem stressed out about your car stuff. This other person is going through car stuff right now, and it's a huge stressor for them." So yeah, Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to prosperity as surely as haste leads to ruin or poverty." And so planning is something that's super important. Cars break. So even if you can scrape together a couple cents per paycheck, then that's going to help you in the future. I think all of our panic stress is caused from lack of planning. And so I know that's not easy to do, but just trying to figure out the finances game is something that's important, because the finances game is never going away. It's going to follow us. It's something that's could possibly always be a stressor unless you figure it out. And the funny thing is that they will continue to take your money even after you're dead, because there's some kind of like death tax, right? So that's sad. Yeah, so we got to figure out what are the ways to handle finances so it can be a little less stressful. And something that we've found is Dave Ramsey's principles. We really love them, and they work. We were able to follow his baby steps and get to a decent place. But yesterday I talked about the fact that it's funny, I'm talking about like planning and not being stressed out about finances. But we lost a $150 supporter this week for our ministry. Jess is a full-time volunteer for what she does, so she does not get a salary at all for running the Bible Core course here at YWAM Honolulu, where she is training young missionaries, helping them read through the whole entire Bible and study through the Bible for a 3-month course that runs twice a year here. And she's about to send 7 people to a closed country to work with first-generation Christians there and help them, equip them to study the Bible. We're just stoked on that we can play into that huge kingdom role there. I think we, as Americans, take a lot of things for granted. We have a billion different translations of our Bible. We have all kinds of Bible resources in our language as well. And there are places on the earth that do not have these luxuries when it comes to the Bible. So we're stoked to be able to play a role in that. But yeah, we did just lose a $150 supporter, committed monthly supporter. And in the new year, we're also losing one of our largest supporters as well. So what I'm talking about today is that inaction is not an option. So if I sit around and think about the fact that we lost a supporter and we're losing another large supporter, and that losing those two amounts combined is a lot of money monthly. And so like a significant portion of our income is not going to be there next year. And so if I sit and think about that, man, I start getting pretty overwhelmed, and my instinct when I get overwhelmed is to want to crawl into bed and pull the sheets over my head and hide and lay there and feel sorry for myself. But the reality is that inaction is not an option. And I think that when we're feeling overwhelmed and we're faced with adversity, we have to take massive action. I need to come up with probably 10 ways that I can replace the donations that we're going to be losing. I've come up with 3, and I probably need to come up with more, and I just need to take massive action to figure out how to do this, because we fully believe in what we're doing. We've been doing this for a while now. It's not something we're gonna stop doing. That is the funny thing. We still get people that ask us, basically, when are you gonna get a real job? And it's just like, man, there's no realer job for us than sending missionaries into closed countries where we can literally equip the believers there to, train other believers to study the Bible. So, yeah, that's a real job. My wife is just a volunteer to do that, and so we rely on the partnership of other people. And as far as jobs, I just finished cleaning a construction site, so I am working as well, and I have 2 part-time jobs, and we also have a full-time ministry as well that we do. So just inaction is not an option. Inaction keeps you stuck and makes you feel overwhelmed and out of control, right? If you don't take action on things, like, this is reality, this is what's happening, we're losing supporters, and I need to take massive action to figure out how to gain new supporters, people that really want to partner with what we're doing for the kingdom of God, in the kingdom of God, all over the earth. Maybe people don't want to partner with us or aren't partnering with us because I'm not doing a good job of communicating the why of what we're doing. I've really tried to step up my game in this last year, in 2019, of overall communication. That's why I'm shooting these Facebook Lives, to talk about what we're doing and to talk about what God's doing in our lives. There's plenty of social media channels that I'm trying to really produce content about what God's doing in our lives. We're on Facebook. The Jim Jess Baker is our ministry page there, and I have a personal Facebook page as well. We have Instagram. You can follow Jess's Bible School on social media as well. That's at BCC Honolulu. You can see what they're up to, and they just finished the book of Romans there. All of this has been me taking action, and it's just like, I got to take even more action. And I get hopeful when I think about taking action, whereas I get really overwhelmed if I don't take any action. So I've got to just take massive action and follow through on the ideas that I have to bring more income in, whatever that looks like, whatever it takes for me to provide for my family so that we can continue to further the kingdom of God. That's the priority, and that's why I picked up a part-time cleaning gig. Do I want to be cleaning construction offices? Nope, not at all. But I go and do it because it's what's necessary, and it's good. It's good. And so I'm just trying to figure out other options. How do you make your money make money? And, how can we just increase our income so that we can continue to live in a super high expensive place to live, which is totally beautiful. I think that's partly why it's super expensive. So there's no complaints about living here. We feel called absolutely to this place. It's strategically positioned in the middle of the Pacific. So it's a short trip to Asia, where Honolulu is sending a ton of teams and has pioneered a lot of good missions work as well. That's what we're getting after. So I don't know what you're facing today. Maybe you're facing something overwhelming and you maybe want to crawl into bed and pretend like it's not happening. But I really encourage you to take massive action on whatever you're feeling overwhelmed with, and probably come up with 10 things that you can do to find solutions to your problem. And I'm probably just being influenced here by Grant Cardone in his book 10X, where he uses the words massive action. I really like that wording, and he just says, multiply your goals by 10X. So I've got some ideas going forth here as we move forward on how to continue to communicate what we're doing, the value in it, and continue to ask the Lord for more partners, and also ask other people directly if they want to partner with us as well in getting good Bible training to millennials and Gen Z who are not reading books, much less the Bible. And then exporting these things to foreign countries where people don't have these resources as well. And that's what we're in the business of doing. That's how we feel called to further God's kingdom. And I'm just trying to share my journey as well along the way, the things that I'm learning about just mindset, attitude, that kind of stuff, to stay after it. So take massive action today. If there's something that you're feeling overwhelmed about and want to just go hide and go to bed, I totally understand that, but you're going to feel better if you sit down and you're just like, nah man, I'm going to tackle this and I'm going to figure out 10 ways that could be solutions to these things. So I think I've got 3. I probably need to come up with some more. And let's get after it, folks. Let's get after it. This calling requires hard work. So if you're a follower of Jesus, there's hard work involved in preaching the gospel to every nation and making disciples to the ends of the earth. And that's what we're getting after, guys. Let's do it. Let's make a serious impact while we're alive, while we're living, while there's blood in our veins. Let's make a serious impact for the kingdom of God. And let's see his love and his grace change individuals, which are going to change families, which are going to change families, cities, nations, and the world. So there it is, guys. Stay encouraged. If there's any way that I can help you, if you just want to brainstorm about something that you're facing, I would love to just brainstorm, or just even if I don't have any answers, if you don't have any answers, I would love to pray for you and pray with you, and you guys can be praying for us too, with that area of financial support, with us losing a $150 supporter and then us losing one of our biggest donors coming up here in 2020. So pray for me as I implement new solutions to just figuring out new ways to build income as well. So all right guys, keep after it, and I will talk to you soon.